What's poppin', y'all? Complex has just launched another streamer list, which I felt like they did one, what was it, 2 months ago, 3 months ago? And it seems like that was the case. They just put an updated one for all the new stuff that's been happening as of late. And we're going to go through it. There's going to be a lot of nonsense on here, a lot of criticism that we will have, of course. But first off, they brought in Neon and they would explain their criteria, because we have to take into consideration somebody's criteria for making the list and why they have the people there.
So this list is updated to account for the last 3 or so months of streamers who have been rising and falling in our rankings.
Who makes these lists?
It is a Complex staff.
It's you.
Not me.
It's you, bro.
Not just me.
Why am I not top 3?
Listen. It's not just me. Our Complex pop culture team, painstakingly goes through, and we do it off a criteria of influence, impact, viral moments / reach.
People love that list, by the way.
I know. I heard.
It's great.
I got some really friendly DMs about that list.
Oh, they DM'd you?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. When I'm talking about it, it don't even matter if I'm not the only one that made it. Mm-hmm. Which I'm welcome. I love all of the commentary. I love to hear everybody's thoughts and opinions. But yeah, we based it off of like who's had viral moments within the last few months, who has the most power and influence in the space.
Okay, so now we know their criteria. And in the cover photo, when we look at the top 25 streamers, you see Pokimane on the cover photo, but oddly enough, she's not visible anywhere in their list, which is already odd, to say the least. Because if they had her 2 months ago, and they don't have her now, and they have her on the cover photo, something is amiss. And nobody even mentioned this, that she's on the cover photo, but she's not anywhere else. We're going to go through the top 25. And first off, we have to take into consideration what Complex is, the brief history of Complex in less than 60 seconds. Complex is hype. So a lot of people that are into streaming or have been into streaming for a long time, they're going to be like, yo, there's a lot of people missing here, and we will mention them. But the major thing is Complex is hype. It came from Echo Unlimited. Mark Echo, he created Complex early 2000s. It was a magazine about like hypebeast culture, like back when hypebeast.com was a thing. Complex was also, when hypebeast.com was one of the first places you visited on the internet. You go online, you're like hypebeast.com, as opposed to now just scrolling a feed on one of these couple of platforms. So they are paying attention to what's hype, not necessarily what is, I guess, the most followed, what is actually the best streamer or most engaging streamer. So they're not even really judging the metrics by how a streamer should be judged. And that starts off with number 25, which is Hassan Abi. Now, I will say, I feel like if you want to be depressed, you watch this guy. I've seen this guy since he first came onto the scene when he started streaming. I think around it was either 2018 or 2019, and his streams are insufferable. I mean, it's just him. You never see him smiling. You never really see him laughing. Very rarely. It's just angry, and it makes sense because he's a political figure. He has a political agenda he wants to push. He has an ideology that he wants to put out there, and part of that is, hey, these people are screwing us over. So both sides this works, and it's just negative and negative and negative and negative, and not even negative in a funny way. It's just depression fuel. However, this guy belongs in the top 10. This guy's helping get political figures elected. So by the criteria that they put out there, he deserves to be in the top 10 without a doubt. Him and Nick Fuentes belong there. Although they're not going to put Nick Fuentes on here because, like, this is Complex Magazine. It's not a good look to put that guy on here. But him and Hassan are, I would say, like the same level of influence, and they're top 10. Like if you're a streamer and we're talking about influence, especially in this regard, to make things happen, these are the guys that can make it happen. Although that does put them in direct line of sight of danger, which I think both of them have suffered from that. Extra Emily at number 24. I think she belongs here. I think she is way too low on the list for a number 24. I don't know if I would say she's top 10, but judging by Complex's own hype metrics, this girl's got a ton of controversy around her. She's a very creative streamer, good like acting, playing character on stream. She's been doing this for a very long time. I don't really watch her too much. I've probably watched maybe 8 to 10 streams just to get a gist. And this is over the years. So since 2020 or so. And mainly like collaborations she's done with other people. But she is a good streamer. I don't think she's at number 24. Adapt at number 23. I'm not mad about this. I think Adapt's been very consistent. In terms of like influence, Like, he has history. There's a difference between influence and history. So his influence is part of the core group or the phase group. But individually, I don't think he has much influence, partially because a lot of the people that love this guy are adults now, and they're not tapped in heavy. They're more passive watchers and supporters than the people that are going to be, let's say, Black Boy Max fans or Ronaldo fans, where they're active and engaging and talking about this all the time because they're young and they really just got school and maybe a side job and they just kick it for the rest of the time. So I'm not mad at him being here. AB and Dean the Great. Now, I will say, for live streamers, and we're talking about a live show, these guys currently, right now, are in the top 10 for sure. I would put them there because it's nonstop content. They're not just clip farmers. They are a walking clip farm. And Dean has been entertaining for well over 5 years. I remember Dean years ago, like the guy started off handing people gloves and telling them to box on the street. This guy's an entertainer. AB, he's an entertainer. And these guys stream. If you just turn the stream on, I think a lot of people watch it and just keep it on because there's nonstop things going on. Like they've got a bunch of sponsors. I think they're influential. Their lingo, a lot of people are adopting their lingo. So I would say that they belong on this list. At 22, I'll put them in the top 15. I'll put them in the top 15 for sure because they are new, but they've been doing this for a couple of months. And next at number 21, we have XQC. I get this positioning for Complex to put him here because like the crossover into hype for XQC is not all the way there, but as a streamer, this guy is top 2. And he's not too. Like he won Streamer of the Decade for a reason. But he needed to be on this list. It didn't really matter why. He's kind of done everything that there is to do and succeed with in streaming. So the fact that they didn't leave him off is the most important thing. It's more so about like disrespecting him by not putting him on than putting him on at the right number, for lack of a better term. Ty Lil at number 20. Ty Lil deserves to be here. Ty Lil is consistent. Ty Lil is entertaining. Ty Lil is, do I think he's probably, a little bit less than, do I think he's a shady figure? Do I think he's trustworthy? No, not necessarily, but those aren't traits that you need to be a good streamer and an entertaining guy. Like Ty Lil has been influential since he was on IG Lives. So Ty Lil, not mad at his positioning whatsoever. Academics at number 19. This one is a little bit difficult. And the crazy thing is that they put this guy's main platform as Rumble. This guy hasn't been on Rumble as his main platform for, years. His main platform, I would say, right now is Kick. Because the guy will do exclusive streams on Kick for his sponsor. And then he'll start the streams off on Kick and stream on there. So this guy's main platform is Kick. Like, he still streams on Rumble, I think kind of out of loyalty because they gave him a good deal when that was the time for that. But his main platform is not Rumble. I think this is a slight shot right here, putting Rumble there. Or it's a lack of like properly researching. YouTube or Kick is for sure Academics' main platform. Him being here, yeah, he belongs here. I mean, but when we're talking about like the Iceman stuff, I guess these guys are judging just by the past several months. So yeah, we're just gonna put Iceman here. We're not gonna put all the other music related things. Man. Academics to music industry, hip hop specifically, is what Hassan and Nick Fuentes are to politics. So if they are top 10 and they have to be top 10, he has to be top 10 as well. I mean, this guy's in beefs back and forth with every single rapper or rappers that have issues with him. They all will name drop him. He's got to be top 10. It's without a doubt. And as a live stream entertainer, this guy's got 10 plus years under his belt. So even a live stream, he can be engaging for up to 10 hours. I remember when he did that 15-hour live stream where Drake just ended up calling Kai Cenat instead. I'll never stop laughing at that. And also, for XQC, they put Kick as his main platform, where I would say that this guy's main platform is still Twitch. Moving forward, Queso. I think, and honest to God, that this is not a pity pick because this guy is an elite streamer. Like, to be able to have his follower count, his consistent viewer count, and the rate at which he streams, he's a great streamer, but he doesn't have any hype crossover. There aren't Queso clips that are hitting people's feed that don't watch Queso or aren't watching gaming live streams. I think he's just so big that they had to put him here. And that begs the question, if he's so big that you have to put him here, then why don't you just put the burnt peanut too? Like, this guy doesn't have much influence in regards to the streaming industry. He's on his own, doing his own thing, which there's nothing wrong with. It's actually great. He's in a great position with a great community and good for him. But like I said, the burnt peanut is not on this list. And he was one of the biggest breakouts this year. Queso broke out, what was it, a year or two ago? So the fact that they don't put the burnt peanut on here, but they put this guy on here, and they're generally the same in that they don't fulfill the requirements that Complex said themselves are the most important to make their list. So that's why I think about him. Yeah, I think he belongs here. I haven't watched too many of his streams, to be fair, but if you're a gaming streamer, that's hard. If you're a personality gaming streamer, that's very hard to sustain an audience, because usually gaming streamers get by on the fact that they are really good at the game, and then they may be entertaining. Your Rage at 17, yeah, I mean, I think you just put him smack dab in the middle. Like, this guy's been in the game for a very long time. He's still very relevant. He's still collaborating with a ton of people. He just had this like huge Minecraft event. He's a staple. So I am not mad at this. I wouldn't put him in top 10 right now, but yeah, around 15, that's probably where I would have thrown him. Phantom, and this is the thing, when they say like the inventor of the Phantom tax, they're mentioning these things that aren't in the past several months. As of the past several months, with Phantom, like, it was the whole Streamer University stuff. And as a brand, he is AMP, or he started AMP, although it's probably more recognized with Kai Cenat. So I think he belongs here. I would put Your Rage currently above Phantom. So I'd swap them out. Probably swap them out a couple, to be fair. And then we got DDG at number 15. Yeah, DDG, this is exactly where he belongs. Not mad at it. He 100% needs to be on the upper half of this list, because he's somebody that's really consistent. He tries a bunch of different things. He tried the show. He was at Stream University as an alumni. He just went on. He was the first rapper to live stream his entire tour. So he went on a tour for his music. That was a huge thing that he did this year. So he deserves this. I would say, yeah, I would put him above Phantom this year, or for this current time period, and Your Rage. But DDG is one of the top streamers overall, top entertainers online. Ray Asian Boy. This one is where I was like, yo, why is this guy even on the list? But seeing what this guy's done, his consistency, how animated he is, and he's a foreigner. You got to keep in mind, a couple of years ago, this guy couldn't even speak English at all. And now he's fluent in English. Now, I know some people say, what are you talking about? He is fluent in English. Go try learning another language and speak to the level that he is and entertain an audience like he is, and they can understand 95 to 98% of what you're saying. That is fluent. Like, yeah, he's not a native speaker, considering that he went from speaking Mandarin to English, which is so far and away in terms of different sounds. This guy's a really good streamer. Good collaborations, entertaining. He's a part of different events. Overall, especially for what Complex is looking for, this guy fits the bill, right? Like Adidas collab, he's about to have a shoe, he has his own clothing brand. This is the prototypical Complex, like Wonder Boy. So he belongs here. Jason Lewine at number 13. Yeah, I mean, personally, the guy's stream is not for me. I'll say that much, but I know he's entertaining. He puts on good events. He's very consistent. He dedicates his life to this. He learned some lessons about relationships, so he keeps his relationship now off stream, which I think was a good learning lesson for him. So he learns very quickly. Yeah, he's solid. I would say at 13. And when you're talking about influence, youth Asian influence, this guy's got it. Like, think about like Rice Gum. Although Rice Gum was way more leaned into like hype beast culture, this guy not as much. But this guy to young Asians right now is what Rice Gum was 10 years ago. And for people that are a little bit older, they're probably like, man, this lame, dude. I promise you, people thought Rice Gum was lame and a tryhard. You were just a kid, so you didn't think that. Marlon. This one is difficult because my opinions on Marlon have changed a little bit. Do I think that his streams are the most entertaining thing? No. Do I think he has to try that hard? No. And by try hard, I mean like personality wise. I think he's just like a chill dude. I think he has the hype aspect of it, right? Like, he's got the brand deals. He's somebody that you put on the cover of a magazine. So I think altogether, this guy, he belongs here, but I don't know if I'd put him this high. When we're talking about influence within that core group, I would put Marlon below Adapt. He's just more recognizable. And I don't know if being recognizable puts you on the best internet streamer tier list this high. So that's my take on that. Rakai is top 5, even though they put him at 11. This guy is 100% top 5. This guy's got the youth in a chokehold. He is the young boy of streaming. And now he's not doing crime. This is a good thing. He's not doing drugs. He's not doing crime. And so people say, how you know he's not doing drugs? Because he's not showing it. That's what not doing these activities means. We don't know what the people are doing in their personal lives, but he's not putting it out there. And he's not showing people that he's doing that, which I think is good. He is, like I said, a Tasmanian devil, a very... a mess of a kid. Granted, he's 17 now. He's about to be 18, so we're not going to keep calling him a kid for much longer. But he's had a couple of different collaborations. He handles the hate very well. This guy is made to stream. The hate doesn't get him phased. You've never seen him break down from hate. You've seen grown men, grown women, 30 plus, breaking down crying because of the hate that they're getting. This guy gets more hate than all of them combined, and he just thugs it out. That's why I think that this guy is 100% top 5. And all the young bucks love him. He's not botting. His engagement is off the charts. And frankly, I like the kid. I think he's entertaining. And I think he'll reel it in a little bit. Do I ever think that he'll get to speed level of brand friendly? No, I think, like I said, he's going to be that young boy, a little bit out of the ordinary, to be polite. Neon at number 10. I'm not mad at this. I think Neon has reformed himself a lot. I think he's changed. I think he's consistently making good content. I would say he belongs in the top 10 for sure. Now, influence-wise, I don't think Neon has much influence. Celebrity, I would say as a celebrity, Neon is probably top 5 that are people on here. Because Neon is and this is the thing with Neon, right? How many Indian, I don't know if he's Indian, Pakistani, or mixed, right? So let's just say South Asian, right? How many South Asian streamers are there? Number 1. And number 2, this guy's got that signature look. He's got the blonde hair, glasses, South Asian. So just as a face, he completely stands out. It's kind of like Marlon stands out, but in a completely different way. Like Marlon, he's like this mixed guy, but he's from Sweden, but he's really tall, and he has this certain look that nobody else that streams has. Neon is like that. So Neon, I think a lot more people have seen him, partially because of his clips too. Now, influence, the ability to get people to invest, buy into something, be crazy stands of you. I don't think Neon has that in comparison to even guys like Jason the Ween, but his content is up there. His main platform, they got that right, Kick. So yeah, I think this guy belongs here. And I do think that he is very good at maintaining relationships, like Rampage Jackson, Iggy Azalea, who he's business partners with now. He'll meet people and they'll maintain relationships and they'll actually mess with them, which says a lot. Yana J at number 9. Yeah, I think this is the right move. Would I put her above Neon? That's a very difficult one. I think they belong on the same level. Yana, she can sing, she can dance. She's in the New Age Disney Channel. People were clowning her for a clip she did where she was cosplaying as something from, what was it? SpongeBob. But I think that's what a Disney Channel actor or actress would be doing. You just saw it on TV and you were a kid when you saw it, so you weren't judging it. But if you were a little bit older and you were looking at that on TV, you're like, man, this is lame. Or if you were watching the filming of it, she got mentioned on the Drake album recently. So overall, I think she's just really talented, really consistent, good. Now, influence-wise, I don't think she has much influence. It is hard for a female streamer to have influence over a male audience because most of streamer viewership is male. Now, number 8, Aiden Ross. The past several months, I mean, I don't think you can put him here for the past several months. And this is the thing. They made an updated list to account for things that have changed in the past several months. Aiden Ross has been on a break for the past several months, and he's said that himself. And there hasn't been a brand risk in the past several months. If there was a brand risk event, I would say I'm all for it. Yeah, put him in there because that is his brand. Even though he's not running the operations, it's the guy Jordan running the operations who's doing a killer job. It's still his brand. He's representing. It's like Dana White. Dana White is, I don't even think he owns the UFC anymore, but he's president. It's his brand. UFC and Dana White are one and the same, kind of like brand risk in Aiden Ross. So for Aiden Ross, I think he should be if you're going to put him on here at all, because you can't completely leave him off because he's such a staple in the new age streaming scene, post 2020, or the mainstream streaming scene, not even new age. So I think you'd have to put him between 20 and 25 if you're going to put him at all. But I don't think he's top 10 right now. Now, when it comes to influence, audience investment, people loving him, yeah, he's for sure top 5, maybe even top 3 in that regard. Still, even without streaming very much. Because usually when a streamer kind of stops streaming, people will just venture off to somebody else and they won't really think about it too much. However, with Aiden Ross, they are always begging him please come back. Where are you? What have you been doing? We need you to come back. You're leaving us with these bums to entertain us. So that's like a lot of loyalty and influence amongst that audience. Number 7, Agent. I will say I like Agent a lot. However, I don't find myself watching too many of his streams. Like when he does an event, I'll tap in, because one thing I like about Agent's events is that they are all things that I think he wanted to do regardless. I think he's like, yo, it would be really cool if I did this. Okay, let me stream it. As opposed to, I really wonder what would do very well on stream. So it's almost like somebody that's enjoying their life and the camera's coming along, which is very different from performing. Like, for example, I think Yana is performing, which there's nothing wrong with, but it's like Disney Channel actors or actors and actresses in general. They are putting on a performance. They're maybe not playing the role that they always wanted to play, but they're like, okay, this role would hit. I got this opportunity. I'm going to hop in and do it. Whereas for Agent, I think he's just going about life, organizing events, like pulling up to places he always wanted to pull up to, and leveraging his stream as a way to do that, which is something that T-Pain, I believe, also does. Although T-Pain's, not as big as these guys. So do I think that Agent is top 10? Oh, man. I will say he's very influential in the pocket watching section, which y'all know I love pocket watching. Top 10, I don't know. Top 15 for sure, but I wouldn't put Agent currently above Neon. But maybe I just need to watch more Agent streams. Yeah, I'm not mad. The worst I would put him at is maybe 11 on this list. Stable Ronaldo, yeah, he belongs here. He's got everything. He's got the youth on lock. He's really good at games. He's very entertaining. He knows when to pull things back. Like, he knows how to clip farm. He's on one of the original real deal, like, hunting for clip streamers. And he learned very quickly when Bradley Martin smacked the hell out of him, almost sent him into a different dimension, like the dizziness factor, that, okay, there are certain boundaries I need to learn. And he's learned them. And he's a polite guy, especially after that incident. Good guy, good streamer, very talented guy. And he's very invested in streaming as well as his group too, even though he doesn't need to be. And he's rich. He's ridiculously filthy rich right now. But the fact that he made a ton of money, lost it all, and came back and is making more money right now doesn't change anything about his content. Well, it allows him to make better content, but it doesn't make him any lazier, which I think is really good. So this guy belongs here. Plagboy Max. Yeah, I would put Plagboy Max and Stable Ronaldo in the same level. Whoever's ahead, it doesn't really matter. But my bias is going to lean more towards Plagboy Max, as always, because the guy's just got music as a part of his brand. Working with younger artists, upcoming artists, trying to be an artist himself, which I always said is going to be very difficult. But hey, he's doing his thing, especially the Streamer University thing. He's got influence, like I said. So I'm not mad at this whatsoever. I agree with this take. Top 5, Plagboy Max. I don't know if I'd put him specifically in my top 5, but yeah, I'm not mad at him here. Jinxie at number 4. This is where I want, like, Jinxie is for sure top 5 in that this guy changes games. He'll pull up to a game and he'll revive your game and inject $10 million in a month of capital. And it's not his money. It's people that want to buy the game and play the same game that he's playing too. That is crazy levels of power. Like, these guys may have influence on kids and maybe young teens. This guy's got influence on corporations, major games, and he's entertaining. I think he's been consistent for damn near 2 years straight. He hasn't missed a single stream. So this guy's dedicated his entire life to this, and it shows. And he's very open-minded. He doesn't box himself in with anything. He tried to do some of the IRL content, and then he was like, you know what, like I'm more into the gaming stuff. And he organizes a lot of different events for streamers to come together. So he deserves to be here. Cinna is where I'm like kind of shaking my head at top 3. Do I think she's a very hardworking streamer? I don't think she's a better streamer than Emily as a streamer overall. And when it comes to crossover, yeah, I think she's more quote unquote hype right now. And she's got her own, like, this is the thing. So she comes from old age Twitch, where it was like, I call it Nepo Twitch, even though they weren't necessarily family, but it was more cultish, more kind of like a fraternity, sorority mixed into one, co-ed. And she comes from that era, like Mizkif era. And then she transitioned now into new age post Aiden Ross streaming. Like, I feel like there's before Aiden Ross and after Aiden Ross streaming, and she comes in between both. So she transitioned now into this other side of stream, which I think a lot of people haven't been able to do. And top 3, I think she belongs in the top 25, but top 3 is crazy with the requirements that Complex claims that they have. Number 2, Kai Cenat, and number 1, I Show Speed. Yeah, let's be for real. Do we even need to talk about like why. These guys are number ones. That's it. And I don't even think they're in competition with each other either. I like the fact that they're such great friends and they understand that they're both successful in their own right, or they're both at the top of the game in their own right. So this is a no-brainer. Although I would say that the political influence, if we're talking about influence, Hassan is over these guys because political influence is more powerful than, what these guys are doing. But it depends what you weight each category. But yeah, that's what I've got to say here. Who else am I thinking is missing? There's for sure some people that have escaped my mind. Like if Sin is on there, who else? Cuffham. Cuffham belongs on here in the top 20 for sure. Cuffham is a really entertaining streamer. This guy's been really consistent as of lately. He just did a marathon. He's mainly on Kick. He belongs here for sure. Cuffham is entertaining. And he has crossover too. Like the guy's doing music for fun. He's dissing people. He belongs here. I don't know why he's not on here. And that's really the only person. Sneeko? How is Sneeko not on here? And this is the thing where they're talking about like influence and all that. Like Sneeko, especially if you're talking about viral clips, Sneeko's a viral clip machine. Now, does that serve him well in life? I wouldn't say so, but Sneeko belongs here for sure. Sneeko belongs in the top 20 here. Like this guy is constantly in the conversation. Now he's more so like in the political side of conversation of things, but it's just a phase, or I guess like a saga, a season of his content. Like his content moves in seasons as his life does. And well, his content does reflect part of his life. So I think he also belongs here for sure. And he's one of the few people that doesn't bot. Like I would say Ice Poseidon belongs on here as well, just because of like the content that this guy's been producing in terms of not just events, but hell, like just regular live streams. But he has no crossover, and like he doesn't have crossover. And judging by what Complex is, he's not going to fit the bill, unfortunately. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see you on the next one.